Good afternoon, Pats fans, and welcome inside the Brandt Center as we preview tonight's action between the Regina Pats and the Swift Current Broncos here in Game 1 of this home-and-home set. My name is Dante DeCarry, and he's Drew Posty, and the Regina Pats are playing some pretty good hockey as of late. 3-3 in the month of February. They're coming off a 5-4 loss to the Medicine Hat Tigers. Drew, a game in which we saw 5 different lead changes on Tuesday night, and a game also in which we saw Jackson Vaughn score for a third consecutive game.
Yeah, Jackson Vaughn's becoming one of those offensive threats for the Regina Pats. He's a physical player. He creates space for himself, and he got rewarded again the other night against Medicine Hat. That was a game where the Pats were the better team, 5-on-5. If it wasn't for those Medicine Hat power play goals, I think the Pats could have came away with 2 points there.
No, I absolutely agree with you, Drew. That was a game in which the Regina Pats actually outshot the Medicine Hat Tigers 29-21 in that game.
Yeah, they did, and they had their chances. It's just like I said, that Medicine Hat power play is obviously very good. There's some pretty notable names on that power play, but the Pats can be happy with the way they played that game 5-on-5. Their power play wasn't bad either, so they got to continue that strong, even strength play into tonight.
Absolutely, and Zane Rowan was able to find the back of the net as well. Zach Moore had a goal for the Regina Pats. I mentioned Jackson Vaughn. Tanner Howell also picked up 2 assists in that hockey game. Unfortunately, the Regina Pats were unable to find the 2 points on Tuesday night, and they'll look to pick up potentially 6 points this weekend. It's a home-and-home set with the Swift Current Broncos. Then they play the Calgary Hitmen on Monday. But as we focus on tonight's matchup against Swift Current, let's talk a little bit about the Broncos. Of course, they're led by Connor Geekie. He's got 31 goals this season. But outside of that, this is a Swift Current team that, believe it or not, since shouting out Regina and Lethbridge in back-to-back games, Drew, has gone 5-1 over the last 7.
Yeah, and back on February 2nd, Reed Dick kind of stole the show here at the Brandt Center. The Pats played a good game that night. That was his second shutout in a row, like you just mentioned. And they've just ridden that momentum. Obviously, with the acquisition of Connor Geekie, we know they want to make a run. They're a good hockey team. They're definitely a playoff-bound hockey team, in my opinion. So it's no easy task for the Pats tonight. But if they can come out and play that physical game and establish that identity that we always talk about, they should be okay.
Drew, maybe last thing before we wrap up this preview, how important is this weekend for the Regina Pats? I mentioned the opponents coming up, Swift Current and Calgary.
Yeah, I think this is make or break weekend for the Pats because obviously we know where the Calgary Hitmen are in the standings. The Swift Current Broncos, they're a little bit ahead, but you need those points, especially before you head out on a lengthy road trip to the West Coast. It's make or break for the Regina Pats this weekend, I think.
And we have a really exciting game, not only on the ice, but off the ice as well, as it is the release of the 2023-24 edition of the Regina Pats hockey cards. You can get them near the kids zone. It is $20 per pack, 5 per person. Make sure to get those. They'll be going off the shelves quick. Doors open at 6 tonight. Puck dropped at 7 o'clock. We'll see you then.